All right, let me know if you can hear me okay. I keep getting a thing that's saying, oh, warning, the stream's bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. And I'm like, shut up. It's fine. I hope you're all doing well. Okay, I think people are starting to show up now. We'll give it a few more minutes. By the way, a fun fact about the whole Rugrats thing, it didn't occur to me until like after I uploaded Girl Treats that I had basically accidentally referenced that episode where I believe it's Stu Pickles. He's like making chocolate pudding at 4 a.m. because he's lost control of his life. I didn't make that connection until it was too late. But I mean, I get it now. Probably would have still done it even if I knew that it was that I was doing a Stu Pickles bit. Okay. All right. Hello. Meow. Hi. It's me, I'm a cat. So at some point today, we're going to be, you know, doing an animation live so I can demonstrate my process to all. Uh, I want to kind of go over how I made girl treats because it took a lot of effort, and I feel like there are people who may not know how animation is really made. They just see two girls making out, and they're just like, oh, I I don't know what's going on here. What is this magic? What is this sorcery? What's this furry bullshit that's going on here? Uh, Unravel 11 was just listening to "I Can't Defend You." That's a good one. Came from GLaDOS from Portal 2. When her spoilers for Portal 2, her cores gets swapped out with Wheatley's, and she does a very melodic scream, which I thought would make a very good sample for a song. And yeah, God, it's been a wild year. A lot has happened to me, a lot of growth and development, a lot of things that I would rather not get into too much right now. If anyone is curious about, like, oh, I remember you made this video, why is it unlisted? It's because, like, you know, I kind of have ADHD. I have a lot of different ideas. It's like, I, one moment I'm like, oh, I should do this. I should make a authentic video of me recording shit in my car, like talking about what everything that went wrong in my life. Or, oh, I should make a spiritual oriented Rousey video where I talk about how the universe has manifested queer positivity to me through my friends, uh, talking about Rousey and how cute he is and all that jazz. I don't know. But at the end of the day, it was like, I just kind of want my channel to just have like art on it. I don't want anything overly personal on it outside of maybe live streams like this one. But even these aren't going to be very personal. I would rather just, have a good time and just chill out. Um, and also to everyone who is like, ooh, this is like a source of queer positivity. I'm glad that Girl Treats could be that for you all, because I feel like there needs to be more lesbians in this fandom, lesbian representation, girl on girl stuff, because I'm a trans lesbian myself, and I feel like, that's something that is really cool when it happens. I recently went to a queer bookstore and I bought this manga called, I think it's Yuri is My Job. And, with your help, Yuri could become my job. Donation link in the description, Patreon. I'll get into the benefits of subscribing to my Patreon in a bit. But first, let me do the Girl Treats behind the scenes. And while we go over a little bit of the behind the scenes, feel free to ask any questions. This is a Q&A stream after all. Okay. Let's start with cooking one. My favorite of the files. They changed how the join Windows thing works, and it always fucks with me because it's like I'm used to it going one direction, but it's in the other direction. Whatever. Oh, right. And also this needs to be loaded in. It's purple right now, which is, I do love myself some purple, but and I need to make sure that my files don't appear on screen when I click on the folder icon. So let me move this over to my other window. Credit to for the furry art, and this should open on my other monitor, so you should be good there. For the furry art on my monitor, credit to Siggy Magenta. I think this is a really cool piece of furry art. Very purple, very cinematic, very city. I do like cities. I'm a big city fan myself. Um, what's annoying is that now that I have a dual monitor setup, I have to like go into the fucking like paint tool side and manually edit an image. I've heard that that's a Windows thing. I'm thinking of switching to Linux. My girlfriend is really into Linux, so I'll probably have to ask her for some pointers. Anyway, what I was trying to do is move this over here so that I can load the thing. Ah, fuck. Oh, wait, there's nothing really incriminating here. I was worried that my fucking social security number was gonna come up. But nah, let me just reload the fucking background so that it's not purple anymore. bgcooking.png. All right. Okay. Tilda girlfriend arc? Hell yeah, yeah. Uh, if any of you remember that unlisted video where I was talking in my car, I did mention having a girlfriend, and I'm happy to report that I still do. It's the longest relationship I've been in so far. I'm very lucky to have her in my life. Queer joy. Can't really get too much of that. Anyway, so you may be wondering, Tilda, where is the color layers? Isn't Ashley supposed to be like brown with yellow hair? And here's the thing. I ended up going with like a kind of a pencil style like this because Blender has like a soft pencil setting. So you can like active layers locked. Okay, yeah, so like it's like this. So basically it's like it kind of has the effect of a pencil, but you can go in and like edit the line work. And the most annoying part about it is there's two like blending modes, smooth and sharp. Smooth kind of lets you move the lines around like this. Well, sharp is better for like the edges because it funnels out to a point. And I always have to keep clicking in this fucking menu. It's really annoying, but you know, I think it might overall be more intuitive to use the fucking like sculpt mode for that. But anyway, so yeah, anyway, I was gonna say earlier about the colors. I did it in a separate program, a Paint Tool side, because when I was first making this and I was like, okay, it's time for the color. Let's see. So it's like Ashley color. Let's say I made this, and then I made like a color like Ashley Fur 1 is what I would usually go with. So I would make it like a nice brown, and then I would like click on it, and it would, well, first of all, it would kind of fill the entire area, but it has this kind of harsh edge to it, and it also doesn't fill in like the insides very well. I feel like so I ended up coloring it in a separate program, and we'll get into that in a moment. It did make the coloring process slightly annoying, but well, the actual process of coloring in Paint Tool Sci was pretty fluid because Paint Tool Sci is a pretty fast program. It doesn't use that much memory. Connor the Wubsler says, hello, I can't stay long, but I just wanted to say I really love your animations. I look forward to seeing what you make next. Definitely subbed. Thank you very much. Dana Tiger Dog says, what were the two girl animals' names? This is Ashley. Ashley Squirrel. There was a moment where I was like, do I want her last name to be Squirrel? Isn't that kind of obvious? And then but then I literally couldn't think of any other last names for her, so I went back to calling her Ashley Squirrel. Because who fucking cares? The fox girlfriend's name is Olivia, and I wanted to, originally in Girl Treats, incorporate her name, like have Ashley be like, Olivia, well, hello, Olivia, my girlfriend Olivia. But, you know, I couldn't really fit it in. Do you stream on Twitch? I might stream on Twitch going forward. If I do, I'll multi-stream it on YouTube as well. Just so that everyone can check out the streams. But yeah, let's go into kind of how I did this. So let's actually start with the animatic. So I believe the file for this was Girl Treats Kitchen because I 3D modeled the kitchen. yay, girls kissing. So, and by the way, the whole girls kissing thing, I remember being like, oh, what if YouTube fucking age restricts this because of kissing? But then I remember that people have posted fucking Owl House Lumity ship animations and they fucking kiss and everything's fine. Disney never came after them, so I figured I was in the clear and I turned out to be right, thankfully. All right, so this is the kitchen environment. Figuring out how to how I was gonna lay out the. I feel like I ended up switching the positions of the muffin tin and the brownie mix, but yeah, figuring out like, okay, what is she cooking? Because I knew I wanted um, I knew I wanted her to be like making something, some kind of thing that she could, transfer into her girlfriend's mouth as a form of lesbianism, covert lesbianism. 2 a.m. Stew Pickles lesbianism. Hell yeah. Uh, but I ended up going with the, very Rugrats coated, I know, chocolate sort of frosting. I remember people on Twitter were like, "Oh, I hope she doesn't get salmonella from that." And I was like, "Girl, it's a cartoon. They don't. It's a universe where it doesn't involve eggs. I don't know." Um, let's see. Kissing is normal. What fan fiction? I don't know if I mentioned fan fiction. I mentioned Lumity. That's a canon ship, I believe, unless you're talking about something else, in which case, let me know, I guess. What is your inspiration for this content and character choices? Uh, this is going to sound kind of weird, but honestly, I grew up with Space Jam. And if you've seen the character of Lola Bunny, she is the biggest design inspiration for Ashley Squirrel because I really liked the sort of color um, choice of Lola Bunny. Very like brown, very beige with yellow hair. It was a good look. So I ended up kind of stealing that, making it into a squirrel thing. I think one of the biggest reasons I started drawing a squirrel girl was because, well, squirrel girl fucking rhymes. I didn't know about the Marvel character at the time. I also didn't know about Honeycast. I Honeycast when I came up with the character of Ashley Squirrel back in like September 2018. This was like 3 months before Honeycast and the whole "Oh Ashley" thing, which was what ended up getting me viral in the first place with the whole Honeycast animatic thing that during 2020 was a big draw for views. And that's basically why I have a career now. If you could call it a career, I don't know. I'd call it a career. It's a thing that I do, that I focus on. Certainly it is now that I'm back in the game. So anyway, yeah, I modeled the kitchen. I traced over it in Paint Tool Sai. I used a rugged brush for it. I wanted kind of a muted palette because it's like 2 a.m. One of the most liked comments on Twitter when I posted the animation was, "Why is bro cooking with the lights off?" And I was like, first of all, it's cis. Second of all, the lights are very much on. It's just a muted color palette. It's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, all right? So yeah, I have a bunch of stuff. I think I have audio enabled. So, we should be able to play the whole animation here in animatic form, rough animatic form. That's a lot of cameras that I have to switch between, but yeah.
Why are you making dessert at 2 a.m.? Well, since we're having friends over tomorrow, I want to be the kind of girl who can provide for her subjects.
Dim lighting's where it's at.
Am I one of your subjects? Is that why you made me wear this collar? It's fashionable, it's sexy, and it matches your eyes. I think it'll be a trendy accessory someday. Then why aren't you wearing one? I'm cooking.
Space Jam 1's gonna be 30 years old this year. Damn.
Ashley, if you keep eating all the food, there's not gonna be enough left for...
lesbians.
How's it taste? Trust me, there will be plenty for everyone.
So yeah, that's the girl treats in rough animatic form. And this open window here was back when I was temporarily living with my parents, and I didn't have enough desk space to have a second monitor, so I would use Firefox's pop out window feature and put fucking all my second monitor content here while I worked. Helped to keep the viewport out of the way of that. Because I never actually did any UV stuff. This is all just perspective reference. These are all like separate things that I drew. So yeah. All right. Let me see what other questions. So her hair was different, or am I tripping? I mean, it was always the same. I mean, I think I used to draw her with long hair. Then I drew her with short hair, and I really like. I like Ashley with short hair. Not as short as Lola's hair. Lola's just like a big tuft, and she's bald otherwise. Well, not technically because she has fur, but um, dang, that was smooth. Wow, you should see Girl Treats, the finished animation. It's pretty fucking smooth. I've heard tell that there's some smoothness going on there. All right, so let's go back to a cooking one dot blend. Save? No. Very tacky abstract art here, but don't worry about that. While I was working on this, I was like, okay, I want there to be a plug here. And I was joking with my girlfriend, like, it kind of looks like they just have like a blender on the fucking floor because the cord just kind of goes down to nowhere. But yeah, no, don't think about it too hard. It's fine. Also, don't think about how uncannily clean their thing is, their kitchen. So one thing that I can't really show because I ended up animating over it is the original keyframes. You kind of saw that with the animatic, but it's basically like, well, and then she goes up. Since we're having friends over tomorrow, I want to be the kind of girl who can provide for her subjects. This is my favorite frame because I don't know, something about the way I draw the mouth here. I don't know, the lowered eyelids, the sort of provide. I just it almost reminds me of Don Bluth, which is one of my big animation inspirations. Uh, Truly one of the most unproblematic Mormons of all time. But yeah, so it kind of. I wish I knew more about what to say about like exactly. I wish I could like give you all secret knowledge that'll have you animating like me in no time. But really, it was basically just I hyperfixated on classical 2D animation for a long time, especially at the beginning of my art journey. I used to like animate in the sort of Space Jam style. Let me see if I can pull up an example. One of the first frame by frame animations I made back in 2018 when I started my art journey was actually a Space Jam animation. Uh, let's see if it's showing up here. And they used to be in very compressed GIF format. I remember while I was working on this, I was like, cell shading, it looks so fucking cinematic. Oh my god, it's like the 90s. The 90s were so cool. I, I it wasn't the story. I didn't stand Lola Bunny or watch Space Jam because of the story. It was literally just because I liked the way the characters were rendered and animated. Because the animation in Space Jam was pretty like I mean, I don't know if I could call it groundbreaking because Who Framed Roger Rabbit did it first, but it did kind of like, especially in the sequence where Bugs and Daffy are like exploring the Michael Jordan mansion, and the camera's moving and the characters are like fully in perspective. I thought that looked really cool, the way they interacted with live action footage. And that was the only reason that they had the detail shading, was so that it was like, especially with Who Framed Roger Rabbit, it was so that it could blend into the live action footage. But I just kind of liked that in general. So I would always over animate. I would always try being like, is it even really animation if it's not like fully frame by frame, cell shaded? I was very perfectionist and I kind of got burnt out doing it for a long time. This was uh, this is kind of the reason I didn't. There's a like, especially recently, I didn't really do any animations. at least not to this caliber. My most viewed animation on my channel is still like, you know, uh, I mean, there was a period of time where I was literally just fucking posting unedited clips of Hell of a Boss and view farming, and I'm not proud of that era. I ended up getting rid of those videos because they weren't doing shit for me. Um, but like emotionally, spiritually, I guess you could say. But yeah, the most viewed animation on my channel. Uh, if you can, I can pull this up right here. Let me just make sure I don't have anything showing on this screen. Let me put and before I show this, yes, I do have my folders are named after meowing cats. So yeah. The pole dancing one was you? Yeah, that was me. 1.8 million views. Yes, I'm a big deal. Please clap. All right, hold on. I have too many fucking pop-up windows, girl. Anyway, yeah, so this was me really trying to encapsulate the sort of like frame by frame Disney style.
I just needed to. Oh, dear goodness gracious in heaven, what is that? It's my deck.
And I do remember someone said, "Oh wow, this looks like James Baxter." And I was like, imagine being compared to James Baxter. It's like, what kind of fucking... You'd have to be cracked out of your gourd to be compared to James Baxter. He's like a legend. But yeah, I was like, I've got to have it be expressive. I've got to have it be like classical Disney. Like I was very perfectionist in this era. It's my deck. It's my fucking deck. Alistair, it's my fucking deck. Angel Dust looks so long. If you've watched even the microsecond of Vivzy Pop's fucking shows, you'd know that all her characters are fucking long ass twinks, and we love that for them. We love our long fluffy boy. Anyway, get back to Blender. All right. I keep worrying that I'm gonna accidentally show my social security or something, but no, I think we're fine. I think we're fucking fine. All right. The video is funny. I'm assuming you're talking about pole dancing, which, yeah, there's a big point on my channel where I was like, I feel like I'm just doing Vivzy Pop shit. Like I would rather just do my own stuff, and you know, good ending. Girl Treats went viral. Very thankful for that. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe to me on Patreon. In terms of the Patreon, I'm still deciding on what I want to do for it, but I do know that there are projects I'm working on where I do have enough that I can provide that I can give patrons early access. If you subscribe to my $5 tier, you should be able to get like behind the scenes. Like there's a drawing I'm working on that involves all my characters that will have the sketches will be posted there. I have some animatics for upcoming animations and even some song demos because I'm a musical girly. I'd like to do some more songs, you know, some more music. Really get the club bumping with my hot new tracks, you know? So yeah, that's the plan going forward. So if you want to see bonus coolness, be sure to subscribe to my Patreon. The link is in the description. Animation takes a long time, so if any of you could like financially support this, I would really appreciate it. I should also have my commissions open at some point in the near future, so if you would like to you know, financially help me do this full time, then I will be able to give you more Disney quality shit. I won't have to spend 3 months worrying about rent while doing this. I'm in between jobs right now, but I'm thankful to have rich and hot friends who are helping keep me housed while I work on my furry bullshit. All right, next file. Let's move things along here. Okay, so that opens in a new tab. Thank you. All right, cooking 2. No, Olivia 1. No, let's go to the smoothest. What's the smoothest Olivia Fox girl? Let's see. Because there's the one where she's like, oh yeah, it's called Before the Kiss. Before the Kiss dot blend. Yeah, at some point I ended up merging a bunch of stuff together. Uh, I think this is about the time where I can give you guys a hot tip for how to move this back over. Actually, let me answer chat questions first. Pole dancing one was you. Yes, Olivia knows how to cook. She doesn't. She's a fucking useless lesbian, but sure. Any preferences for drawing teeth? I like to keep things simple, no detail. But you know, if any of you want to do commission requests for me, I can draw the maws or the paws or both. If you want to give me some fucking cash money for that. Where I live, where we have lots of gays and lesbians. Good for you. Where I live, we also have a lot of gays and lesbians. To be honest, I always thought your most viewed girl, Maria Flores, Bunny Lover, saying this. To be honest, I always thought your most viewed video would be the Wolf Girl song because of how much I saw people re-uploading on Discord. No, I'd say that's like 15th, 20th overall. I've been pretty prolific. There was my whole 3D Luna animation series because, you know, as you can see, a Blender, I'm kind of a Blender. I'm a Blender girly. I've been using Blender practically my whole life, so I can do the 2D and the 3D. I want to be in your Patreon, but USD to AOD makes the prices like almost double what they are for most, so it's been hard. Yeah, I don't really know exactly if there's anything going on with the fucking Australian government, if the AUD dollar has been like devalued due to any government fucking intervention bullshit or any sort of trade embargoes or anything. I'm not really that, like, I am into politics. I mean, I kind of have to be as a trans person, but I'm not really into Australian specifics. But if there's anything I can do on my end to make the conversion rates more fair, I will try and look into it. But for now, I'm kind of just starting with my Patreon. So if the conversion rates are kind of bullshit, I deeply apologize. But just know that if you do end up scrounging the funds to support what I do, I will make it well worth your while. Mommy will take care of you. I think you doing your own stuff is a good idea. I like Girl Treats animation. It was really well made. Just keep on improving. I'm sure you'll get to the point where you'll be very happy for your work. Thank you, Prius. Yeah, going viral for something that's completely your own is unmatched. It's fucking incredible. I'm very grateful for that. I'm glad that people like, you know, lesbians. I think there's a real gap in the market for girl and girl stuff like I said earlier. Let me see what my fucking windows are all over the place. How do you look at, okay, yeah, all right. P. Curie Artist, you're so beautiful and cute as a cat. What's your Twitter? Twitter is, I believe, yeah, it's at Tildelier. I posted this on here as well. It went viral on Twitter first, actually, and before the YouTube algorithm started picking it up. So that was a crazy experience seeing that. Since I wasn't even, because when I posted that on Twitter, I was like, here's a gay little animation for you guys. And I was basically, I was getting comments that were like, actually, it's a lesbian. And I thought that was funny because I don't know if this is like a trans lesbian thing, but I refer to my friends as gay, even though they're women. But, you know, because gay doesn't specifically necessarily mean exclusively gay men. It can also mean gay women, but usually it refers to gay men, and lesbians is more specific. But yeah, I just kind of, you could also make the argument that I meant gay as in happy. So fun to think about. Favorite colors? Red, blue, purple. I like cool colors. If you know me, you know that I fucking love purple. If purple was a drug, I would be high as fuck for 99% of my waking life. I swear to God, purple is like, it combines the best attributes of the warm and red part, the warm and cool parts of the spectrum in a way that I really do enjoy. How long is Olivia's tongue? As long as you want. It's definitely long enough to satisfy Ashley, that's for sure. She gets plenty out of her. Let me tell you, Ashley knows what she's about. Say what you want about her, she knows what she's about. And Olivia is very lucky to have her. Why is this stream marked as for kids? Hold on, let me see. This video is set to not made for kids. I don't know where you're getting that. On my end, it is literally set to not made for kids. Fuck, shit, fuck. Donald Trump, trade embargo, fucking tariffs, fucking beep boop, taxes. Beep boop is not adult, but I don't know. I'm just fucking around. I don't know. Fuck. Anyway, rock on, girl. Thank you. Peak Uriars. I already read that. I'm not an LGBTQ type, but I respect you. Thank you. We need more supportive non-LGBTQ people in this world. The whole animation felt like it would make a great show. It feels like there's a lot of lore to be told about this world. Thank you. I was planning on including more lore, but you know, that'll have to be for a different animation. I was literally just trying to do something cutesy and domestic, because my philosophy lately has been, you know, give them the most obvious appeal. Like, if you have like a elaborate society lore, and you feel like one of the main attributes you want to explore with that world is the whole Yuri aspect with, you know, the world is at large. I call it the Primaverse because it has the preemptive title Primavera Superstar. That's what I called the comic that I made, that I haven't been working on because I've been focusing on animation. But it's kind of a very bisexual universe, but the main characters are lesbians, so I've been focusing on the lesbian aspect. Let me hold on. I'm not gay either, and I still love the animation a lot, and they are both really cute and cool. Any part bug you doing crafting? I don't know what that means. Fully dude. Maybe the whole marked for kids thing is a thing on your end, because I know YouTube's been doing some bullshit stuff with the fucking asking for your ID. It might have something to do with that, which I'm very sorry that you have to deal with that. YouTube's not that great of a company, but you know, it is the best we have, unfortunately. Have you seen Has Been Hotel seasons 1 and 2? Yes, I have. They're all right. I don't know. I enjoy just watching gay shit happen. At this point, I'm not even going to pretend that I like it for deep reasons. I'm just here to look at the pretty colors and watch Angel Dust sing his fucking heart out. What's it called? A Losing Streak? That's a really good song. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Joshi the Yoshi. If you like the color purple, you will love the game Indigo Park. Yeah, I just recently downloaded Indigo Park. I think that's going to be a fun time. Hey Tilda, how are you doing today? There's a lot of questions. My girlfriend is at the door. I think she might need something. Let me take a brief break, and then we'll be back to going over the behind the scenes and answering more questions. So yeah, give me one moment. Stream's not over. It's just an intermission. Also, I believe my girlfriend asked to be modded, so if I can find her in chat, Oh, she's the one saying she's getting water at the moment. Yeah. All right. Let me just, yeah, set her as a mod. Let me figure out how to do that. All right, we're back. I don't know if I said this already, but yeah, my girlfriend's now a mod. She'll be deleting all the transphobes, banning them, and generally unleashing unforeseen chaos upon this mortal realm. Let's actually get into the. Wait, no, I was going to talk about. Let me talk about how I made the animation so smooth. So first of all, if you know anything about how 2D animation works, especially in like theatrical 2D animation, generally it's on every frame or every other frame, ones or twos. I do twos and threes, so every 2 frames and every 3 frames. It's a small difference, but it does add up to things not taking as long. But overall, the animations are the drawings for each frame. They're close enough that, you know, it's yeah. Also, thank you for providing links to Twitter, my Twitter, because people were asking about that. Love purple, fondled lilac shade. Yeah, lilac shade's great. The chat has become more secure. Yes. Nothing but respect for my troops. All right. But yeah, every second and third frame is because smooth animation isn't about number of frames. It's about how each drawing relates to each other. And a big part about that is let me actually open a new document. I think that will really help elucidate how what I'm talking about. All right, so flashbang. I like to work with gray, much easier on the eyes. I don't like how the timeline and the dope sheet are right next to each other. It feels redundant with this because the buttons are the same. Anyway, so let's get started. So we have a ball. And let's say we want the ball to go from here over here. And we have a brief breakdown frame here. So it goes, zip, zip, zip. All right, like that. So, generally speaking, and on a character as complicated as this, because it's easy to manage the arcs when it's like, oh, yeah, you put it up here if you want it to arc upwards. But if you're doing a lot of character movement, it can be easy to just default to linear like this, just where it goes in a straight line. But basically what ends up happening is it looks kind of static. Like once the ball reaches this point, it then sharply curves down. So, and this is going to be more evident the more keyframes you have. Like if you're doing a straight forward in between like this, and if I'm too complicated for this, then if I'm too complicated for if this is, I hope you guys are bearing with me here. It'll make sense, I promise. So you have a bunch of smooth animation like this. At this point, the keyframe becomes a very sharp inflection point where the object rapidly changes motion. So that is serviceable for most people. But for me, an OCD perfectionist, I'm like, this is too sharp. We need to round it out. So I will literally, and remember, this is a stand-in for like a more complicated character. I will literally like move it. And Blender makes it easier. You can like edit lines after you've drawn them, and that makes things so much easier. But yeah, I will then. You'll notice that the motion is a lot smoother now, and sometimes I'll even go into all the other frames and make them line up as well. And that's how you get smooth animation. You basically treat every single frame as an in-between, because every frame should be in between every other frame. Ideally, there's no drastic, sharp changes in motion unless like the ball, if you've seen the bouncing ball animation example, like the ball hits the floor or something. So generally, it's like, yeah, smooth. You want every frame to kind of relate to each other, if that makes any sense. So yeah, if in this thing where she kind of goes, hey, this frame used to originally be like, and I'll try my best to illustrate this. Like this used to be like more all the way out here, like yep. And it was kind of a point where it would be like, oh, she's just hard pivoting her fucking direction. Can't have that. So I literally went back in and changed the keyframe to be more in line with, and I could keep going, honestly. Like this frame isn't fully in between this other frame, but I would literally just go in and make sure every frame was exactly in between every other frame. I'm kind of a weird psychopath when it comes to animation, so honestly, it's like, anyway, I'm getting a little too technical. That was the last thing I really wanted to go into for how my animation's so smooth. I am a crazy person, that's how. Long story short. Ashley animation for stream. All right, let me actually animate for you guys now. This is the cool part. Everyone who clicked off right now can come right back on, because this train is about to leave this fucking station, let me tell you. Let me take a fucking... I've been talking a lot. Let me take a break to read chat. You two are so cute for each other. Thank you. And we love and support my girlfriend in this house. Favorite animal? Cat. Meow. Bounce and squish. Squash and stretch. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. I used to do this with post-it notes in middle school. Yeah, I wasn't really that. I never did the flipbook thing. I guess I was worried about wasting paper. But I mean, usually the ideal situation would be you put it into like your school notebook. That way you're already using it for stuff, so you might as well have a funny little stick figure guy doing that. How long does it take you to make an animation like that? Well, if you check the description on Girl Treats, it took me about 3.5 months. I didn't think animation like this was this difficult. Oh, animation is fucking hard. Don't do it. Question, because I ran into this when animating on grease pencil, how to fill color on top of another color without a new layer, as Blender seems to not allow coloring in when there's already another color. Well, it's a bit difficult, but I believe the Blender has an arrange menu where you can set things forward and back. I would just set it to back, if that's what you're talking about. Old school animation was all about wasting paper. Yeah, I bet. I've been getting more into traditional art. I think if you can use dead trees to draw lesbians and gay furries, then yeah, fuck the trees in that sense, but also save the trees in every other sense, you know? I don't know. Whatever. I'm not the head on environmentalism in the United States or anywhere, so nobody listen to me. All right, we're 54 minutes in. It's actually time to start doing this shit. All right. I have my reference here. This is the first shot I started working on, so this is the most on model that Ashley is in the entire animation. I do like how I drew her hair here her hair here. It's a very nice shape. I'm a yapper. I talk really fast, so yeah. All right. I might have to do a part 2 stream where I do more of this shit, because I don't know. I just drank a fucking energy drink, so I'm gonna be a little shaky, but I'll do my best. Do 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 do. Wait, 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 wait. What animal is your PNG tuber? Cat? Meow. White cat. I think I used to be like a hybrid bunny cat, but then I just ended up being a cat because I've never felt more connected to any animals in my life than cats. Love cats. Oh, and this is another cool thing about Blender. You can just duplicate and flip the eyes. Um, they are going to be temporarily cross-eyed, which is fun, but, you know, easily adjust that. Where's the stream music? I can put something on. I don't really know. It's I do think I have like something I could put on. Maybe I'll just put on the fucking music from the start stream thing. I use the purple FL Studio theme because of course I do. It's there. Self-respect in loop for stream. We'll get into my music later on, but for now. This is going to be really annoying, but for now it'll work. I don't know. Are your animations inspired by Chip and Dale? I mean, they're not inspired. Gadget Hack Wrench was one of my favorite characters to draw back in when I started, so yeah. This is a very short loop, honestly. I don't know if I prefer it, but yeah. I mean, I think I should be able to use... I should be able to come up with something that I can put up like the classic Undertale soundtrack if any of you guys want me to do that. Have you seen Amazing Digital Circus? Yeah, I have. I was considering becoming a digital circus YouTuber, but at that point I was kind of tired of being a fandom content creator. I don't know. I did make like an animation of Jax dancing. It kind of underperformed for how long I spent before I finally got around to finishing it, but you know, it'd be like that sometimes. I'm kind of a yapper, so this stream is not going to be very silent. So it's probably fine that we don't have music. How about Nintendo music? I don't know. I'm weird about looking for stuff online while I'm streaming. I'm always worried that I'm going to accidentally pull up hardcore pornography or something. Something's going to go wrong. Kind of neurotic. I'm going to be honest. That's why I'm a fucking furry. I'm autistic. Animation's not the best thing to do while streaming, but I think all things considered, I'm pretty good at doing it while under duress anyway. You get to at least see how I draw my characters, which is cool, I think. Maybe I'll pull this reference up later because it's kind of getting in the way right now. All right. Animating while answering chat questions at the same time. I'm honestly gonna take a break from reading chat for now. I need to focus. Take a deep breath. You got this, girl. You have a beautiful art style. Thank you very much. Honestly, maybe I should pretend that I don't have viewers and ramble to myself. Because that's good streaming advice that people have given is that, you know, even if you don't have any streamers, which I happen to because I'm popular and can't help it, but, you know, if I had 0 viewers, I would probably just mostly ramble to myself and pretend that I had more viewers than I did. Like, you know, it's a useful skill to be able to come up with conversation topics without a constantly scrolling chat going by. Because, you know, that's kind of why I don't stream on Twitch, because Twitch doesn't really have very good discoverability. So, I am very fortunate to have a view count that would be labeled as being in the top 1% of Twitch if I was on Twitch, which I'm not. But, you know, having a concurrent viewership of like 50 is already doing pretty good by those standards. So I'm very thankful for that. That's why I'm thankful for this coming Thanksgiving. Like 10 fucking months from now. 8 months from now. Is just gonna be like, I'm so thankful that I have such a fucking massive audience that tells me how good of a person I am. Because I'm a fucking narcissist. Not really. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I generally like people, but I also know that at some point, if you want to practice this thing called self-advocacy, you've got to be like, yeah, I'm gonna pull back a bit. Maybe I'm going to focus on myself and what lesbian animations I want to work on rather than doing Has-Been Hotel shit for the rest of my life, because I do like Has-Been Hotel. But dedicating myself solely to doing stuff for other fandoms, you know, you gotta focus on your own shit for at some point. For as long as you need. Do you like murder drones? So what's your favorite character? The Michael Kovac one, because I love and support Michael Kovac. He follows me on Twitter, so I am definitely not biased. But then again, Michael Kovac kind of follows everyone, so I don't know, he's nice. I feel like I have a character in the Primiverse called Flint. He used to be a purple rabbit, but once Digital Circus came out, I was like, I feel like I would just be stealing Jack's Dragger. Like, I could hear Michael Kovac's voice when I look at this fucking guy. So I'm currently working on a different design for him. You'll probably see it when I do the drawing of all my characters eating the muffins from the girl treats. You know, the treats from the hit Yuri animation girl treats. I'll make a drawing where my characters are all eating the treats at an event at her house. The stream should look like you want it to look. If you're not comfortable putting on music, you don't have to. Thank you. I don't want to have to think about it. I don't have to worry about Nintendo copyright striking me from the heavens. I just want to draw. I just want to grill, for God's sake. And by grill, I mean draw. Just want to draw, for God's sake. Lesbian centrists be like. Ashley has little ears. Have you noticed how little her ears are? Very little, very small, very little, very petite, as the fucking French would say. Le petit lait. Alright. Okay, she looks a little... She's starting to come together, but, you know. Oh, and there's a thing that I did for the animation where I selected the outer edges of the character and some of the more prominent edges as well. And I basically hit Alt S and I thickened them up a bit. I think it adds a little bit of a nice quality to it. It looks very intentional, very graphic, very stylized. Makes it stand out more, and I like it in a way that I like. Zooming into microscopic points. One thing I don't like about the soft brush is how many points it generates. Because what this brush is, essentially, is a bunch of tiny blurred circles. And you'll see it if you scale it, if you turn off scale thickness. You can see that all this brush is a bunch of blurred dots that are just squished together. Which is what, and each dot is represented by one vertex. Which means that there's a lot of fucking points to deal with, which is why I use a lot of proportional editing. I probably won't use this brush in future animations. I'll just use the normal hard brush because, I mean, I do like how it looks though, so maybe I'll still use it. I'm still undecided. Algorithms are the bane of artists. It just seems to punish them for not posting every single second of the day, every day, and even still, I might decide to just go no. That's why I'm doing these live streams, because I can't think of anything else to do while I'm laboring over these fucking animations. Like, I'm not going to churn these out. It takes a while. Animation's hard. So I might as well try and make content out of the process. And the best way to do that, I feel like, is to at least have some kind of live interaction with it. So, yeah. You can look forward to some more streams in the near future. I might try and do one every other week. If I miss a few weeks, just know that I am probably fucking around in Vegas or something. I don't know. Whether I'm talking about the city or the program is anyone's guess. But yeah, one of the two. I feel like Las Vegas should have a YouTube poop museum, because then they could be like, haha, Vegas, like Sony Vegas, like the fucking program. Haha, get it? Ha ha ha. Because a lot of prominent YouTube poop artists would use Sony Vegas to make their funny little dinner spaghetti penis type edits. I remember as a kid, I really wanted Sony Vegas. I was like, I want to use the Pro software. I don't want to use Windows Movie Maker. But as any true YouTube poop connoisseur knows, all the best YouTube poops are made in Windows Movie Maker in 2008. So, I don't know. I have more of a respect for the classics at this point. Gotta know your roots, you know? Drawing. Sorry for asking this, but are some of your characters are bi? Yeah, Ashley's bisexual. She dated a guy once. It did not go very well. Apparently, this is the first time people are learning that Blender can do 2D animation. I know it's crazy, and it can do a lot of the things that historically I always associate with premium programs like Toon Boom. It's like it can. Here's a cool thing that I can do, and I did this on one of the some of the more simpler shots. Basically, you take your frame, and you have to make sure that every single line stays the same. If you change anything, it fucks it up. But basically, if you like move a bunch of lines around, you would jut out Ashley's face. You make her face do this, or whatever the fuck you want to do. You close her eyelids, make her blink, whatever. And you'll have to do cleanup on this later, unless you make the movements really subtle. But basically, you can interpolate it with this tool here. I don't know if you can really see it because of the grease pencil, but or the onion skin. But yeah, you can literally just interpolate it, and it makes in-betweening a lot easier. But you do kind of have to go back in and edit it. And if you make any destructive edits like this, where you delete the vertices, it fucks with it. So, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I'm scared that it does. If I add like a new line here, then maybe they changed it in a new update, so it doesn't do it as much. But when I was working on it, sometimes there would be some weird shit when I would fuck with it too much. Yeah, then it starts getting real crazy. So it can only do so much, but it is helpful. What's the first time you did animation? Probably like 2013. I experimented with, well, obviously Blender was my go-to, but there was a program called Pencil 2D that I actually used to use for animation even all the way up to 2018 when I started doing art more seriously. I think it was 2020 when I was like, oh shit, Blender's grease pencil features have really they've gotten really good. So I started switching to Blender more around the time I started doing YouTube. But before that, it was like, I think I tried using Photoshop back before Adobe shit the bed, and I started using Blender and other free programs for alternatives. Krita can also support 2D animation. I think one of the some of the shots I actually colored in Krita before I realized that there was probably a better and faster, less memory intensive program to use. So I ended up using Paint Tool Sci, which I might go over later. I don't know if this hand is really doing it for me, but you know, we're an hour into this stream. For me, I don't stream very often, so this is super fucking hard for me right now. I'm having such a hard time, guys. Not really. I'm having fun. I think I would, if I was taking this seriously, I would do like a rough. I would do like a little bit of a rough. They're supposed to lock. Hands are hard, okay. God knows the hands in girl treats are not the best, but they communicate what they need to. Generally, I think. Which artist did you get inspiration from? This is going to make me sound like a really autistic perfectionist, but I do like Richard Williams. I would never do what he did and try and make a whole fully animated feature film by myself. I would want to at least ask a few people to help. Maybe like, I'd need the Kickstarter to do well. And I would have to, you know, compensate the budget to make sure that I can actually reasonably complete whatever it is I need to do. So I mean, sometimes I like to think of myself as the Gen Z Disney animator who saved traditional animation from extinction on YouTube. Meet the brave new artist who's been taking classic Disney animation and making it fucking gay. Hell yeah. Nah, I don't know. I try my best to make my animations look good, you know? But I can only do so much by myself, you know? I can do a few things. Doing a few things right now. Oh god, there's like no sound. Hold on, let me go find a playlist. Give me one moment. Oh fuck, I was muted. But yeah, I have the Undertale OST playing. Hopefully it's not too loud. It was kind of conflicting with the other song I had as a separate element on the other side. Whatever. We got music now, yay! And it's the OST, so it's fine. It didn't go to the next one on the playlist. I had autoplay enabled and it just went to my fucking recommendations. God damn it. I have to manually go through these. Okay, I think it's playing the actual playlist now. Let me set this up so I can... There we go. Most of this is just going to be like 50-second animations. But, you know. Alright. Next frame. I don't know why I duplicated it. Should do a new one. And then just copy elements from this frame. No, I'm going to redraw it, actually. Never mind. What's your favorite Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon show? Let's see. Adventure Time's pretty cool. And as for Nickelodeon, I'd say SpongeBob. That's probably the obvious answer. Oof. Does anime now require a lot of focus? Generally, I would say it does require quite a bit of focus, but I have developed the ability to kind of do it while streaming and talking, so I don't know. Requires at least most of my focus, but I can kind of multitask a little bit. Yeah, don't spam. Do you watch anime? Yeah, I watch anime. Me and my girlfriend have been watching Code Geass recently. It's been fun. Also rewatched Death Note recently, and I'm a big fan of any anime where the character gets the ability to have glowing red eyes. Very cool. Shinigami type shit. Nope. Every time I put a spammer in timeout, it's like a fucking AoE ult in a video game. Like, justice reigns from above! What's your favorite anime? Call me a furry, but it's kind of B-stars a little bit, you know. Might enjoy myself some Legaru ship. I don't know if that's the ship name, but, you know, Legoshi and Haru. Legoshi is a very autistic wolf boy, and I love him very much. I'm not really getting this hair right, but This is a casual, fun stream. Don't think about it too hard. Hilda. This guy has a whole bunch of alt accounts. Apparently. What are your thoughts on Celeste? Celeste is very fun to speedrun. I liked how it was specifically designed to, like, especially with assist mode, you can just kind of zip around and not worry too much about the rules because you're trans and don't need to follow the rules. There's a point where I was just kind of going into assist mode, enabling infinite dashes, and just pretending to be a speedrunner. Because, you know, mechanics, surprisingly complex, but also very easy to learn and get a hold of. Very cool. Also very trans, and I love that too. Sometimes when I try to smooth the vertices, it kind of messes with the spacing, but what can you do? Get the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ. How do you pretend to speedrun? You disable the ability to deal damage, and you enable infinite dashes, and you zip around the screen, and you go, wee! That's how you do it. Do you need help moderating? No, I can handle myself. Me and my girlfriend, we're chill. It's not that big of a deal if people spam. I just have to take a few seconds out of my day to time them out. Tilda's animation style is so amazing. Thank you. It's because of the autism. Jesus Christ. Just popped in. What animation software is this? Doesn't look like Adobe Flash, thank God. This is Blender, and it is completely free, and is not Adobe, which is very pleasant. Remake Girl Treats Part 2. I will certainly consider it. I don't know if it'll be as long, but I'll do something with these girls. Who's your favorite Mario character? Mine is Rosalina. I think mine is also Rosalina. What else? That Goomba girl from Paper Mario. The ghost girl with the big ghost tits. I don't know. Paper Mario has a lot of good girls. Good characters. Goombella. Yes, thank you. My brother knows more about Paper Mario than I do. Madame Flurry. That's the ghost girl, I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't know if Goombell is my absolute favorite. I'd still genuinely consider Rosalina. Possibly Peach as well. I don't know. I wish I had more deep cuts than fucking Peach, but, you know, what are you gonna do? Does Bowsette count? Remember that? Remember Bowsette? Yeah, that was like a 2018 meme. Bowsette was very trans, very cool. Wish HRT were that easy. Just put on a crown. Where are we at? An hour and a half? Alright, I think we'll keep going for maybe another half hour. I want to at least get these keyframes done. Maybe in the future I'll have more to do. I don't know. It depends on how I feel, honestly. Let me see. Oh, God. What are sexualities of the women? Lesbian. Bisexual, lesbian. Are you gonna stream until midnight? No. I don't want to do that. I'm already really tired. Keep forgetting where my windows are. Yay, lesbians. Yay. So what are the plans for the lesbians? I mean, it would be cool if they got into some interpersonal drama. I mean, I feel like we already kind of peaked with the whole kissing thing. What else is there even to do that wouldn't get completely deleted off of YouTube? Or violating TOS. just watched Girl Treats animation. It was really sweet and adorable at the same time. Love the gorgeous furry ladies, and the kiss was certainly a treat to behold. Thank you. Took me 3 months of my life to make, and it was well worth every second. I spent laboriously crafting these frames. There's always Patreon or Newgrounds for that kind of exploration. Yeah. I'll probably make my Patreon 18+, and then I'll get some real money. Favorite Mario game? I'll always be partial to Super Mario Galaxy because, well, the music, the game mechanics. It was interesting how it kind of played around with the concept of gravity. As an autistic person, it kind of tickled me how even though the plants were really small, Mario was still fully gravitationally attracted to them. That's not how it would work in real life. Dog song. Yeah, they got like a whole orchestral score for it, that game. I feel like more games should do that. It's always really, it's a delight to behold. Did I mention that we hit 50,000 subscribers? I don't know if I did. Because this isn't the first time that I've hit 50,000 subscribers. I think during my various hiatuses while I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the channel, I lost a few subscribers. But, you know, gained them all back within the span of a few days. Thank you very much for everyone who watched Girl Treats, supports Girl Treats, helped me start my Girl Treats era. And yeah, thank you for 50,000 subscribers. I really appreciate it. Will you go see the Super Mario Galaxy movie? Probably, yeah. I don't know if I'll see it right when it comes out, but I'll get around to it. I thought the first one was pretty fun. My brother certainly liked it. He likes Mario stuff. Very Nintendo. What will you do when you reach 100K? I don't know. Fucking nipple reveal. Nah. Probably just do another celebration stream. I think the more subscriber specials you do, the more you kind of just get desensitized to reaching certain numbers. At some point, it's just like, yeah. Fuck, her hand got really big. I need to... Good thing Blender lets you scale them down. Keep the proportions consistent. Fluff reveal. I show you all my chest floof. Does that make sense for an arm to do? That's the big part of animating, making sure that shit isn't growing and shrinking when it shouldn't be. Okay, how do you draw eyes the same? Because when I do it, they look different. I mean, if you draw enough eyes, they get into, like, your muscle memory. Like, I have a way of doing it really fast where it's just, like, kind of a teardrop shape that kind of slants down here. And it kind of I mean, I have a specific way of drawing eyelashes for animation where I make it so you can color it in, but generally I would just fill it in like this. And then, you know, I always do that. Yeah. It takes practice, but, you know, if you're using Blender, you can just copy and paste it. What's your favorite Sonic character? Very partial to Blaze. I feel like with Sonic, I can actually throw in some underrated characters. Sally Acorn. Blaze, I just think, you know, I'm partial to cats, of course, but, yeah. I remember playing Sonic Rush and really liking the soundtrack. I think it was Hideki Naganuma. I think that was his name. And yeah, he makes some really good, cool, banger video game soundtracks. And he did the music for Sonic Rush. He also did Jet Set Radio. I believe he refers to himself as the CEO of Funky Fresh Beats. Do you take animation courses or are you self-taught? I'm self-taught, but I do have... I did frequently read The Animator Survival Kit by Richard Williams. Growing Up in the Illusion of Life by Frank Thomas and Ollie Johnston. The Nine Old Men of Disney. Alan Becker has a series on the 12 Principles of Animation that helped me out. I have watched Alan Becker before Animation vs. Minecraft. Because I'm cool like that. Good evening, Joy Bean. Is this animation going to take you many hours? Yeah. And probably multiple streams. But, you know. It is something that I thought would be cool if people could see how I did it. I don't know if I'll finish it, but I'll at least get to a point where you can kind of see the motion of it. And kind of get what the process overall is. Going forward, I'd really like to do the thing that A Fox in Space, Matthew Gafford does, where he faces over 3D models that he rigs up for perspective reference. I think that would make things a lot easier to make look good. Might also cut out a few of the steps of the process because the perspective and forms will already be there. Are you going to unlist your streams? No, I'll probably just leave them up. I don't know. I'm chill like that. I've mellowed out. I'm probably not going to unlist as many videos as I used to do during my personal flop era. I don't know. It was fine for everyone else, but for me, I was like, what the fuck am I even doing with this YouTube channel? But things are looking up, so I'll probably leave these up as well. Good night, Dark Bat. I forgot this was a round edge. Favorite Sonic game? Let me think. I mean, I like Sonic Rush because Blaze is in it. I don't know if I've even played that many other Sonic games. Oh, Sonic Mania. Yeah, that's probably my favorite. Very classic, very cool. I really like the visuals and the game feel of it, you know? Love that fast boy. One of my favorite videos that I did was the Sonic Destruction animatic from Snapcube. That was fun. Favorite Sonic Forces character? I mean, the only one I can think of is the fucking character creator. So I could say anything. Bob the Hedgehog. Really liked his role in the plot. I could also say, you know, Sonic, Vector, SBO. SBO is always weird to me because he's kind of just a purple blob guy, but you know, he's cool. Chaotix is pretty cool. I never really played Sonic Forces. I just watched other people do it. Got some big shoulders there. Who is your childhood crush? I'm assuming you're saying fictional characters because I'm not about to dox anyone from real life, but I think Roxanne from a Goofy movie was a big one because they kind of gave her a human-esque design. It was mostly just the nose that was furry, so it was kind of, she was like a gateway crush for me. She laid the groundwork for me to become who I am today. Of course, at the time, it was like, oh, I'm definitely a straight man because, well, I like girls, so... But apparently, you can like girls in a gay way. Who would have thought? Even if those girls are straight and also not real. I thought you were going to say Roxanne Wolf. I was not a child when Security Breach came out. I was fully like a 23-year-old woman. How was your day? It was pretty good. Went out and bought some manga at the local queer bookstore. Had a bite to eat. And yeah, did my first stream since going viral for the 50th time. Honestly, I kind of like the later part of the stream when there's less questions. Very chill. But, you know, I do like answering questions. I like being a popular girly, but I do also like chilling out. Get you a girl who can do both. Oh yeah, they are both named Roxanne, aren't they? I don't know, yeah. There's also Roxanne from pardon me for being uncultured. I think it's Sting? The Police? Police. Yeah. That's the guy from the Police, Sting. Don't have to put on that red light. Yep. Are you going to finish that croissant? I'm glad this is a girl treats positive space. I mean, that is what the stream is about. But it's cool to see people be a fan of something that I made. It feels like I'm creating a fandom with my own 2 hands, my own 2 bare paws. Not bare paws, but like B-A-R-E. You know what I mean. My own little 2 kitty pobs. I won't spam cheese, thank you. Favorite 10 to 11 Cannibal characters? I haven't heard of that. I think it's an indie game from the brief research I did on it. It does have a cool art style that I like. Very round. Ever seen Smiling Friends? Yep. I wish I could quote it. I love kids! Nah. I wish I could... Probably should quote something else. That wasn't a good thing for me to say. But I am just quoting Pym, so, you know, I disavow. I mean, I do support the right for children to grow up in a comfortable, abuse-free environment where they can be themselves. So, you know, I support children. That's how I'd put it. Favorite Pokemon? I'm partial to... there's that impulse in me again for me to come up with a deep cut so I can seem cool, but, you know... Lopunny, Gardevoir, Braixen. Love Braixen. And Delphox. And Fennekin, the whole evolutionary line of Fox girls. Little Fox. Little Foxes. Little Fox. I just want my cheese. That's a good line. Thank you for reminding me. Ah, fuck, I need to actually work on this phrase. Alright. Favorite Happy Tree Friends characters? Desquard. I like it, Desquard. Arisugard. That's Japanese for Squirrel Girl. Da, 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 da. That's a nice arc. I think you can get a pretty nice idea of how I animate from this. Yeah, we're doing good. We're making animation moves. Probably my favorite Undertale song. Bap 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 bap. This looks like Adobe After Effects. It is Blender, and it is free, and it is not made by Adobe. And there's no AI features yet. Hopefully there never is, but I mean, not like generative AI specifically. If they incorporate some kind of algorithm that makes making art easier. Like if they made a thing where you could automatically fill in the colors for multiple frames just from filling one frame, that would be really cool. Pancakes or waffles? I like waffles because not to be a not to reference what's his name? Perry Grip. But I like the additional surface area provided by the holes that waffles have. Nice little crevices for the syrup to get into. Makes everything taste that much sweeter. AI is garbage. I mean, you said it. Even if there weren't all the ethical concerns, I would still be peeved off that, you know, people are using AI to generate what takes me fucking months. But, you know, I'm glad AI people are giving me plenty of reasons to not support them that don't include I just don't like it because how dare you make art faster than me. Like, I'm glad it's also ethically terrible. That helps. Giving me good reasons to not like them. Do 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 do. You're my biggest fan, Norman Tui. Thank you. Good to know I have fans in this rough and tumble world. Those who will support me no matter what, through thick and thin. AI is worse than NFTs. Yeah. Have you seen the Coca-Cola AI commercial? I mean, I have seen people talk about it. I believe Final V3 did a podcast episode on it, and they talked about the fucking behind-the-scenes video. But basically, they were pretending that they were doing anything more than just generating a bunch of prompts and then selecting the ones that they liked. They were like, they cut to footage of guys like drawing and erasing lines that were like fake lines. Like they were pretending that they were doing any sort of artistic stuff with it when really they were just generating it. It's fucking wild, girl. Have you seen The Amazing Digital Circus? I have. It's very good. And also very fucked up. Looking forward to the finale, where all will be revealed. Have you ever made Crystal from Star Fox? I've done fan art of Crystal, I think, in the past. She's a very good girl. Very nice fox. I like me some foxes. See, ladies. Have you seen episode 8? Yes, I have. It was very fucked up. No spoilers. Alright, at this point I'm probably just gonna stream until I finish the keyframes. Maybe I'll do one in between. I don't know. We'll see. You ever watch Hazbin Hotel or Helvo Boss? Brother, I was one of the prominent Hazbin Hotel and Helvo Boss content creators during the fucking 2020s. They fucking started my career. That's why I'm a YouTuber. It's because of that. It's because of those shows. I've been watching Vivzy Pop since the fucking Die Young days. Do you play Roblox? No. Didn't Vivzy Pop take down the Die Young music video? Yeah, I have it saved on my computer. Because I believe, since it's unlisted, I could go back through my browsing history and click the link for it. But yeah, I believe it was because, you know, it's a copyrighted song, and I don't remember if it was around the time she started working with Kesha when she was voicing Beelzebub. But yeah. Vivzy Pop was kind of what inspired me to start drawing my own original characters. I think Olivia the fox, the fox from Girl Treats, was very inspired by, I think her original design when I started drawing her was inspired by that one animatic she did from song Popular from Wicked. I like the fox designs for that, JJ the Werewolf and Die Young as well. Fun fact, the Amazing Digital Circus finale is going to be released the same day as Toy Story 5. Can't wait for both of those. I mean, I can, but do I want to? No. Have you played Poppy Playtime? No, I have not. Excited for Sonic 4? Hell yeah. I've been enjoying the Sonic movies. Not even because they're good movies. I mean, they are pretty good, but, you know, I just like seeing Sonic. Love that boy. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. I mean, I at least know that The Amazing Digital Circus finale and Toy Story 5 are going to release in the same month. So Pixar tends to release their new movies in June. Their big ticket sequel movies, at least. How much does it cost to make a series like this? I mean, if you add up the hardware costs, it's probably a few $1,000s. But that's already paid for. Once I have the hardware, it's pretty much free. Have you seen the Knuckles show? No, I have not. I have seen some memes from it, but overall I haven't really checked it out. I believe my girlfriend's gone to bed. She was working in the morning. But yeah. Have you seen Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog? I believe that's what AOSTH means. Yeah, I have. Not the most well put together series, but it is charming for what it is. That's no good. I deserve a promotion. Oh, that's what that was. The Flames of Disaster! That was from the Knuckles show, wasn't it? God, I feel like I've just been slowly editing the proportions of this girl for the past several hours. I've only been at the 2-hour mark for 9 minutes. I guess I'm doing okay in time. Have you ever traveled? If so, what would be your favorite vacation destinations? I'm actually going to New York later this week, so probably that. I'd really like to go to Tokyo someday. Check out some of their obscure video game stores and internet cafes and shit. Drink some sake. Some ramen bottles. Like the fucking glass orbs that you... that like... Because they have like the little glass orbs that seal the drink that you have to kind of figure out how to get off so you can drink the drink. They do sell them where I live, so yeah. Gonna stop by Ray's Candy Store. Let me see where that is. Appears to be near the Hare Krishna tree. Kind of the Alphabet City area. Yeah, I might check it out. Have you seen any good shows on Broadway? I haven't seen any Broadway shows. At least not live. But, you know. You know how it is. I'll have to see what they have available for this week. Great Wolf Lodge, let me see. Okay, that's not New York specifically, but no, I haven't been there. Great Wolf Lodge. Do check out the Museum of Natural History. Also, hit up Nagoro. Let me see Nagoro. Scarecrow Village. In the Iya Valley in Shikoku. Tokushima. Apparently it's full of life-size dolls. That'll be interesting. Maybe once I get my money up, I'll book a vacation to Dolltopia. Of course, my favorite doll will always be my girlfriend. Shout out. And after all that, I'm just gonna copy her chest and move it over. Should have done that from the beginning. I've been overworking this shit for way too long, girl. Let's work on the hands. Turns out animating while reading chat at the same time kind of takes a while to get through the animation when you do that, but, you know, we're still making decent time overall, I'd say. Making your character's design... Excuse me. When making your character size, do you ever use the head method or not? If you're talking about the, like, 6 or however many heads tall, I almost said 6'7". Not really. I think I just feel it out. I have kind of a general sense of what the proportion should be. Saw your latest vid and thought it was really cute. Love your work. Thank you, Zachary the Gamer. Thoughts on bronies? I think they're pretty cool. I've been into Violet Pony recently. I don't know if you've heard of her, but her album Monarch of Monsters is really good. Almost made me cry. Almost done with the keyframes. Your avatar's cute. Thank you. I drew her myself. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Let me see if I can do the voice for her. Once I move her head onto her neck properly. Hi. 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 Well, since we're having friends over tomorrow, I want to be the kind of girl who can provide for her subjects. Am I one of your subjects? Is that why you made me wear this collar? It's fashionable, it's sexy, and it matches your eyes. I have the whole entire animation stuck in my head because I was the one who had to animate that. I think it'll be a trendy accessory someday. Who's your favorite character? Princess Rarity. Very regal. So how much furry area are you planning on making? As much as I can before the government can fucking stop me. Also, I love that furry and Yuri rhyme. Great for me. Great news for me. Can you do a part 2 on girl treats? Yeah, maybe I'll do a girl series. Girl treats, girl party, girl moment, girl boss. Sky's the limit. Based. Yeah, I think there should be more women. Just in general. In media, in real life. Very nice, Tilda. Good cat girl. Thank you. Meow. Love being called a good girl. I think I'm a good girl. I feel like I've contributed a net positive to society, if I do say so myself. I would say I meet the criteria for a good girl, as it were. Kissing is cute. Yep. Viewership's going back up. That's pretty cool. You could always give her a best friend like Ken from the Barbie movie. I mean, she has plenty of friends. I mean, since she's having friends over tomorrow, that's what it says in the dialogue. Awkward at the same time, not to be rude. But the best kissing is awkward. I mean, isn't the awkward what makes it cute? I mean, God forbid 2 women kiss in the privacy of their own home, even if it is on YouTube for everyone to see. I've been looking for furry female lead medias. Do you have any suggestions? I could do the obscure option and say Sabrina Online and Albedo Anthropomorphics. Sabrina Online if you want something animated, even if it's just a series of short films. Albedo Anthropomorphics is more comics. It's kind of vintage. I mean, Zootopia is technically female-led, but that's probably a more obvious example. Do you voice the characters you make? Yep. I voice both Ashley and the fox girl, Olivia. I believe I said in the description that I sped up my voice for different intervals for both of them, but I did do a different voice for both of them. One's more assertive, dom, kind of like a lower voice. The other's more of like a, Ashley, fuck, I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting you. Oh my god, I hope she doesn't notice me. Is that why you made me wear this collar? I thought she was a dog. I mean, foxes are basically dogs, if you think about it. Is there going to be kissing in part 2? I'm still thinking it over. They'll certainly be doing cute girl shit, but, you know. Did you ever go to art school for animation? No. Not that my family didn't relentlessly suggest that I go to art school. Because the way I thought about it, it was like, well, I already know how to do animation, but I have had friends that have suggested that I do it anyway for the community. And I'm like, I don't know, I attend conventions when I can. I'd like to do a panel soon. I'm planning on going to Midwest Fur Fest in Chicago at some point. Maybe I'll do a panel there, or maybe I'll do one of the smaller ones. Like apparently Golden State FurCon in LA is surprisingly tight-knit for the fact that it's in fucking LAX in downtown LA. Like, maybe not downtown LA, but, you know, certainly a pretty major city. So maybe something like that. Denver, Anthro Northwest, something like that. If I wanted smaller ones to do. Anthro Week in Utah. I've been to that a few times. Alright. Is it weird that I want like a full series with just those two? Well, they are the main characters in my personal canon for them, so yeah, they'll get plenty of focus if I ever do a series. You ever watch Oliver and Company? Yeah, my own personal opinion is that Perfect Isn't Easy is a very slept-on musical number with Georgette Bette Midler doing a fucking poodle diva. Love that. They're barking up the wrong tree. Probably just gonna let this loop and relax and talk to chat for a bit now. And maybe I'll wrap up the stream soon. By the way, thank you to everyone who's been subscribing. Is there going to be any boys in the series or just girls? Oh, there's going to be plenty of girls. If right on my channel right now, you can watch One True Savior, starring Flint and Jeff, I believe, is the name of his sugar daddy that he has a brief fling with, that the song's about. There's going to be plenty of gay men in the series as well. It's going to be very bisexual. There's going to be both genders. All Dogs Go to Heaven is a good one. You can't keep a good dog down. Kind of sad, though, especially during the end. When are you gonna make part 2? Just you wait. Animation takes a while. I don't know if you've noticed. It took me 3 months to make Girl Treats. Though I could probably do a 30-second animation, knowing what I know now about how to make animation quickly. I mean, like, maybe I'll have a part 2 in about a month. Maybe a few weeks. Depends on what I do with it. Which do you think is more popular, wolf or fox furries? I think wolf is probably the most popular. I have no basis in this. I just feel like with werewolves being as popular as they are, even in like mainstream. But I like foxes because they have nice, natural orange colors. They have a nice color scheme, I think. Sorry if you're being too questioning. No, you're fine. You can ask whatever you want. This is a Q&A stream after all. Wow, Girl Trees is almost at 200,000 views. Thank you everyone who's been watching that. Every time I check fucking YouTube Studio, it has like 10,000 more views. That's fucking crazy. It already has 1.4 million impressions. Fun fact, 66,000 unique viewers. I feel like last time I checked it had like 10,000 unique viewers. That's pretty cool. It's like the population of a decently sized major city that's been watching my shit. Tilda, congrats on almost 200,000 views in a recent animation. You deserve it and so much more. Thank you. That's what I've been saying. Cute and good. Fox and the Hound is a beautiful Foxy movie. Kind of a emotionally complex movie. I feel like it has a very ambiguous ending. But I do like Vixie and the banter with them. You're a silly empty-headed female. Now just a minute. You've got a lot of nerve. Why don't you grow up? Yes, I memorized that part. $6. If you're referring to that fucking YouTube short I did, I don't know what I was doing when I made that. I just in my fucking butthole. Yeah, I got $6. If you check in a month, you'd be surprised by the numbers. Yeah, I bet. Gay? Yeah. It's been gay the whole time. Alright, I think I'm gonna go for a few more minutes and then we'll wrap it up. We're almost at the 2.5 hour mark. Meow, 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 meow. Any advice for a beginner artist? I want to draw my own persona. I would say when I started, a lot of my art journey was motivated just by wanting things to exist. Like it was the feeling of creating characters that were cooler and more confident than me and designing characters that I really enjoyed. More so than even any sort of technical ability that I had. Of course I wanted to get better, but I really just wanted to see the types of art that I could do. So, really just lean into that whole passion, just if you want to draw, don't even worry about how good it is. Just do it because you love seeing the ideas that you come up with. That's my advice. So how much of the lore is planned out and how much of it is just winging it? I think I planned out a decent amount, but a lot of the details I just like, yeah, sure, they're gay. They're bisexual. This character's trans because they give off trans vibes, Star Power is so cute. Thank you. Oh my god, the views on that. That's also been doing pretty well. That's another animation. If you want to see these two girls kiss, let me tell you, Star Power's pretty good for that. I like that school of thought. Make the things you want to see that don't exist yet. Yep. That's what it's all about, bitch. Who are your favorite furry artists? Jarenski. They draw like a femboy deer character that I really like. Fox and Roll. They do the Patty Fox girl character that I really like the design of. They cite Sabrina Online as an inspiration. Were you ever nervous uploading your art? Yeah, I'd say so, but I did kind of ease into it. I started uploading my art on DeviantArt and Reddit before I went to YouTube. But at some point I was like, yeah, this is a pretty supportive community, so my anxiety, I was able to work through it. You should check out Kif, it's about a squirrel. I've seen that on like the TV when I've been at like various diners in my area. Yeah, Kif's alright. Alright, I think that'll about do it for now. Thank you everyone who's been watching, by the way. It's been fun, answering all these questions. I've been struggling to keep up almost. Thank you all for subscribing and commenting. What's your favorite music video you made? I really like One True Savior. I like the gay angst in that. How long did it take to make that video? If you're talking about girl treats, 3.5 months. If you're talking about Star Power, about the same, 3.5 months, but I was procrastinating a lot on that. All right, I'm getting tired of answering all these questions. If any of you still have questions, I will answer them on the next stream, hopefully in about a week, and I'll let you know how fucking New York was. All right, thank you very much. I'll see you all when I see you. And yeah, happy 200,000 views almost. Bye.